What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so in this one here, we're going to be taking a look at Sentinel's uniform, Nimrod. And yes, we are still on the APK here, so this is the pre-update version of the game. So standard disclaimer is this video is brought to you by Netmarble and the Star Agents program, and also all of the values, numbers, damage, costs, and all of that stuff can still change from now until the live version. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at Nimrod here. So if we hop on over, I do have his uniform maxed out, and that is because they did provide us this time with mega uniform tickets or rank up tickets. So I was able to rank it up, and we can see what options he requires. So we have Captain America's team suit here, which is a little annoying that they do these team suits a lot, but we do have the team suit for Captain America. We have the Dark Star armor for Sharon Rogers. We have Hyperion, his classic uniform and his only uniform. We have Ant-Man's Endgame uniform. And then finally, we have Deadpool X-Force. So not too bad in terms of the lineup of uniforms here. If that was just his other uniform, the Endgame uniform, that would probably be a little bit better. But yeah, overall, not too bad. Most people have these uniforms already, so that's what we're looking like for Nimrod here. For the uniform itself, it's going to give him a 10% increase to all attack, and then immunity to Mind Blast, which is that new ability that Professor X has, which I don't know if anyone else's mind control or control or CC has changed the typing to Mind Blast or changed the name to Mind Blast, so I'm thinking this only works against Professor X, but either way, he's got it. He's got the Mind Blast immunity. So let's see here. We have 5 skill changes. So go ahead and take a look at what this skill's text looks like. So we have 3-second stun here with 100% chance to penetrate energy and physical immunity. Okay, that's weird. You can't just say all damage immunity. Energy and physical damage immunity. All damage immune. Is there a difference between energy, physical immunity, and then all damage immune? And then invincibility. I mean, it only lasts for 1 second, so I'll have to see what that skill looks like again if it has kept doing a lot of refreshes on that. But anyway, the second skill here, we have a self buff for all attack, all defense, and all speed. The third skill, we have a 5-second damage immunity, or a chance to be immune to damage, and then we have increased attack. For this is damage accumulated, so damage received. So yeah, it looks like this is the premium one, isn't it? Yeah, attack plus 15% for each 1%, accumulate 150% of true damage, cannot exceed 10% of max HP, so that's like 150% or something like that attack boost. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, definitely want to use that to ramp up his damage, and you do want to get hit, it looks like. The fourth skill here, we've got a minus 25% to all attack of the enemies. And then we have some all defense down here, and it's up to minus 75%. That's pretty crazy. 75% all defense down, ignores immunity, so it works on world bosses, and it stacks at minus 20% at a time. So you'll fill this up pretty much instantly after using this skill here. The fifth skill is 35% chance to penetrate super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, and invincibility. So penetrate most everything. It's only 35% chance, so nothing too crazy. And then we have summon an illusion with 100% of the summoner's stats. So pretty similar to how Sentinel was before. He summons 2 illusions of himself, and then they copy all of his attacks that he does. So that's quite nice. So whatever skill you use, they will use that skill as well. He is all energy damage now, which is different, isn't it? Was he energy damage before? Can I? Oh, he was energy attack before. For some reason, I thought he did physical. Oh, yeah, some of the skills did physical, but that was energy. Okay, yeah, so it's half right. I hadn't remembered, but yeah, he's all energy attack now. We go over here, we can see that. And then let's see, his 4-star passive has not changed. That's still the same 4-star passive. Leadership, the same. Debuff, the passive here, I think is the same as well. Yeah, dominance of spirit, 25%. Yeah, so that's what the uniform's doing for him. We have overdrive on him for this test here, and then we also have a Ctp of destruction. So yeah, with that out of the way, oh yeah, let's take a look at the details here before we get into some gameplay. Come on, click on details. There we go. So we have maxed out ignore defense, maxed out skill cooldown, the main things that we want. Our crit rate is quite low, just like some of the other builds. And then our attack speed is also pretty low. It doesn't look like he gets any other tags here. I think he always had that pure evil. I could be wrong, but he's still tagged as a machine and all of that, of course. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into a little bit of gameplay and see how Nimrod can perform with this uniform, or Sentinel can perform with the Nimrod uniform. Alright, so I was doing a little bit of testing here with Nimrod just to figure out what kind of skill rotation I wanted to use, and it's very tough to use him against Coal Obsidian here, just because if you remember me complaining before in some of my other videos that Coal Obsidian has those stupid like mini iframes he does, like micro iframes, where he just does like a half-second iframe where he just kind of does like a little shadow step kind of thing. That interrupts Nimrod's skills quite often, so it's really difficult to get Nimrod's 4th skill to actually play all the way out to get that all defense down if you do not have some mind control. So that's what we're doing here. We have Apocalypse and Rachel for the mind control to keep Cole a little more subdued here, so that we can actually get that 4th skill to land and get that all defense to have a chance at sticking on Cole here. So yeah, it's a little annoying that I kind of have to rely on these mind controls strikers to get Nimrod to kind of perform adequately, but yeah, pretty much every time I was using the 4th skill, I was getting canceled out of it because of Cole doing some kind of like little mini teleport. So here we go. Let's go ahead and switch on over. So I'm just going to open up with this. We'll get our summons out, and boom, we just blast the heck out of Cole there. Then we'll wait a sec. We get the all defense down here. Oh, and we'll get time frozen so that we can't do this, but there we go. And then boom, look at that, all defense down. Does a lot of damage, and we still got canceled out of the skill. Why did we get canceled out of the 4th skill that time? Did he teleport on us or something? Well, I guess we'll just, we got canceled again. Okay, maybe it's the skill and not Cole here, because why does the skill keep getting canceled? Don't cancel it. There. You have to wait till the very end, though, of the 4th skill, or else you do not get the all defense down. The all defense down is at the end of the 4th skill. All right, let's reset here. All right, switch the 5th skill. Let's reset here. Let's get hopefully some mind control. So as you can see, he jumps up here, slams underground, and then boom, as soon as that like last bit of like purple comes out, that's when the all defense down applies. So you have to wait till the very end of the skill to get that all defense down. So that's why it's quite important to not cancel the 4th skill. But as you can see here, it is quite annoying to do his rotation because the 5th skill is on a 9-second cooldown, so your damage proc is going to get out of whack quite easily. But the rotation that I want to try to stick to is the 5th skill is going to be your damage proc, and then after I use the 5th skill, I usually want to hop into the 4th skill because it's quite a long animation, so I want to let that go all the way through, and then I just do the 3rd skill and just cancel it right away and go into the 5th skill. So we just cancel and go. Sometimes it does trigger it, which is a little annoying. So yeah, Nimrod just looks like he's a little tough to use a damage proc with, which is fine because a lot of times you're actually just going to be having him defensively built for like PvP and stuff like that. So you're probably going to have like a Ctp of Regen on him, of Patience or Transcendence or whatever, something like that. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But if you did want to try to have him be more offensive, it looks like a regular damage proc might not be the best option for him. You might want to use something like a Ctp of Greed or a Ctp of Rage. I do not have a Ctp of Greed on this. Actually, do I have a Ctp of Greed? I might have a Ctp of Greed on here on this account to try out, actually, so maybe I will do that to see what the difference is. But overall, the damage is okay. It's nothing crazy. Once you get that all defense down the stick, though, you can see a kind of like a spike in his damage, but again, it's nothing insane, so he's not really going to be a hard-hitting or a high stage clearer for World Boss Ultimate. So he's not going to be doing anything too spectacular for World Boss Ultimate. He can definitely hold his own. As you can see, his survivability is great. Even with an offensive build here, he's not really in danger of dying. And we got canceled out of that skill again. I'm so sick of getting canceled out of his 4th skill. His 4th skill is very easy to have canceled. And I don't know if that's just how the skill is designed or if I'm doing something weird here and timing it, which I'm not hitting anything else on the screen. I'm hitting the 4th skill and then my fingers are off of the screen. So yeah, I don't know. But as you can see here, damage, like I said, is okay. Nothing spectacular. The animations are really cool. But I think a lot of the damage is getting lost because of the 9-second cooldown on that 5th skill, so it's just a little hard to time. So I want to try him out with a Ctp of Greed and also a Ctp of Rage to see how he does there. But his survivability still seems to be about the same as before, probably even better because you have all the stats from the uniform. But yeah, he's still really hard to kill. It looks like he's probably going to be really good for PvP, not necessarily PvE. I mean, he'll be a good like tank for you, but that's about it. So let's go ahead and switch over to the other CTPs here and try them out. I'm probably going to skip the CTP of Energy just because it'll be very similar to the CTP of Destruction here and try and get that damage proc to time correctly. So I don't really think it's going to be a huge difference. So yeah, let's just go ahead and hop over to the other CTPs and see how those do. Alright, so now we're loading in with the CTP of Greed here to see how we can do with that. And also a side note is I did try out Nimrod as a striker just to see if he would strike with that 4th skill for the minus 70% all defense down, or 75, whatever it was. And he does use that skill, and he is a when attacking striker, so he has those two positives going for him, but it doesn't let the end of the 4th skill play out. I don't know if that's a bug or not, so you do not actually get the all defense down from the 4th skill, even though he is using his all defense down skill. It just, like I was saying, you can't cancel that 4th skill early. He needs to do like the extra like shock of energy into the ground after he lands from that punch or from the sky. And it has the striker get recalled before he can get that energy shock to the ground to go off. So he does not apply the all defense down. Again, I don't know if that's a bug or if they intended it that way. It might just because the skill animation is really long, but either way, I'm going to keep an eye on that for when the live version comes out to see if they fix it or change it. But as of right now, it does not apply that all defense down. So let's go ahead and go here. So as you can see, we jump up, hit the ground, and we got to wait for that extra pulse of that pink kind of energy to come out, and then we get the all defense down. So CTP of Greed, I don't know. Are we doing more damage? I think it is. Oh, we still got to cancel out again there. Yeah, I think there's an issue with the 4th skill. It just it cancels itself out a lot of times. So I don't know. The 4th skill seems very, very finicky for Nimrod here. And again, maybe because I've been recording so many videos in a row, my phone is overheating. Maybe the heat from my phone is causing me to do weird things, but none of the other skills are having that issue. Yeah, actually, the damage does look a lot better with the CTP of Greed here, I think. Because we barely got down to like 11 bars or something like that with the CTP of Destruction. So, and we had like, what, a minute and something left on the clock, so it took most of the time to get down to 11 bars. Well, actually, are we? Yeah, the CTP of Greed is doing better than a regular damage proc, it looks like, for Nimrod here. Nothing spectacular, but as you can see, you do get some nice burst damage there when everything kind of lines up with the activation of the Greed, and then also the all defense down being applied. So yeah, you can do some pretty nice damage with the Greed. So I'm quite happy with that, to see the Greed being a viable option for Nimrod here. Yeah, so that's what the Greed looks like on Nimrod. So let's go ahead and hop over to a CTP of Rage and see how that looks. Alright, so we're loading in with the CTP of Rage right now, but I am re-recording this. I had already recorded this clip along with the rest of the video, but I had found out, of course, that the CTP of Rage was performing poorly because of my stats here on the APK. For some reason that didn't click with me, so I just wanted to make that clear right here, even though we are using the CTP of Rage right here, and it does look like the Rage is performing very poorly for me. It's just because of my stats. So on the APK here, my crit rate and my dodge are very, very low. So they're almost non-existent. I have like 20% crit and like 6% dodge, so they're very, very low. And I had completely forgotten that the Rage actually, the Rage's damage actually does rely on your crit rate and dodge stat. For some reason, when I was recording this, I had just in my mind that the Rage was only affected from crit rate and crit dodge in terms of its activation, not its actual damage. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So what you see right here for the Rage is actually going to be very underperforming for the Rage. That it'll definitely be performing a lot better on your main accounts, your live accounts, if you have more crit rate and dodge than I do here, which is not not hard to do because I have almost none for the test account here. So I just wanted to make that clear that the rage may look really bad right here, but it's probably going to be a lot better when it comes to a real build on the character, or like a maxed out kind of build on the character. You're going to see a lot more value out of the rage. So don't really take this as the rage being bad for Nimrod. It could definitely still be one of the best options for Nimrod, but I was surprised at how well the greed performed, so I still think the greed is actually going to be a pretty good option for Nimrod if you wanted to go offensive for him. But again, this is not what you would expect to see from the rage on your own account, or if you have any kind of really solid stats or average stats, because I would say I have below average for both the stats for the rage right here. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know, but that's going to be it for the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.